Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 profitable Amazon KDP keywords to help you create low content, medium content, and high content books. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, we do daily videos talking about profitable Amazon KDP keywords, as well as giving you tips and strategies on making passive income online. Now, with that being said, let's get started with our first keyword for the day. And our first keyword for the day is storybook about Pegasus for children. Storybook about Pegasus for children has a total results of 96, and it also has wonderful results that will show up soon. Sorry, I just had to quickly refresh the page. But with that being said, this is part 2 of the children's storybook niches that I've shared. I've also shared part 1 linked in the description box below. You can go ahead and watch that after this one in order to get a full overview of the different kinds of sub niches available in the children's storybook niche that you can be able to embark on and create high content books for. Keyword has a keyword niche score of number 7 by Amazon Scout Pro Chrome extension, categorizing this keyword as a nice niche. Right here at the bottom, you can see number 7. The total results are under 1,000, which is ideal, and they're sitting currently at 96. The average bestseller rank is currently 146,118, which is also ideal. It is within that 100,000 range and lower than 300,000. The average reviews are 985, and the average price is $20.72. So you can either write the book yourself, or you can have it outsourced and written by another writer. And the same applies for the illustration as well. You can use Creative Fabrica to gather some of the wonderful graphics, change them around. You can also be able to use AI tools such as Journey, Creative Fabrica Spark. I know Canva also has a wonderful AI tool that generates art, but make sure if you do use any AI to disclose it in the uploading process. So for this wonderful results right here, total results under 1,000, bestseller rank average under 300,000, really good amount of reviews, a good solid keyword niche score. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to ignore the 23 because it contradicts the data that we have all right here. So this was the first keyword storybook about Pegasus for children. Let's head over and talk about the second keyword. Our second keyword is submarines for kids, and this is a wonderful, really open keyword that is flexible and allows us to create different kinds of books for. So we can create medium content and medium content and high content books for. We can start off by creating a children's storybook. We can do an activity book that revolves around submarines and add in that educational twist. We can do coloring books as well. We can do fun facts or trivia books about submarines specifically for children. Additionally, we can also niche down for children of specific ages as well. Now, the contents of the book will vary whether the children are, for example, preschoolers who just want to learn about submarines and giving them a beautiful, short and minimalistic introduction on submarines, or whether that is more children around the age of from 10 to 12 or 13, for example. There will be more details in there. Now, the keyword niche score is solid. It is strong on both ends of the Chrome extensions that we're using. Self-Publishing Titans has given us a keyword niche score of 67, which is nice, green light, ready to go. And also, Amazon Scout Pro has also given us a number 9 for the keyword niche score, categorizing this wonderful keyword as a great niche, which is also really good as well. So we're happy with both keyword niche scores. Coming to the total results, they are within that 2,000 mark and 1,000, 2,000, which is also quite good. The total results is 2,828, and the average bestseller rank is within that 300, 400,000. So that is also quite acceptable as well. And it is averaging 401,838. Their average reviews are 360, and the average price is a super high $21.74. Then again, utilize this keyword however you want. You can create a specific book talking about submarines. For example, this one, you can create a children's storybook such as that one, for example, or you can be able to update this keyword as part of your 7 keyword slots for any sort of submarine related book that you currently have in your portfolio to get a ranking for this keyword. So let's have a look at our third and final keyword for the day. Our third and final keyword for the day is also related to the storybooks niche, and it is storybooks about lying for children. It has a really low results of 455, which is also good to see, and the results will pop up very soon. I apologize about my connection, but with that being said, this is a wonderful keyword to allow you to embark on children's storybooks, and there will be a lesson in there, so the focus will be about teaching children not to lie and showing them the consequences of lying, giving them like life lessons as well. Now you can sub-niche according to the age of the child, and you can also sub-niche according to the size of the book, whether you want it to be a pocket size 8.5 times 8.5 inches, whether you want it to be a large print which is a 8.5 times 11 inches. Now coming to the keyword niche score here, we have a keyword niche score of 52 by self-publishing Titans Chrome extension, and also Amazon Scout Pro Chrome extension has given us a keyword niche score of number 6, categorizing this wonderful keyword as a nice niche, and that complements beautifully with the 52 by Titans. The total results are under 1,000 and they're currently sitting at 455. Average bestseller rank is within 400,000, and it is currently sitting at 408,726, and the average reviews are 972. Average price is $10.69, and as you can tell here, this book has a bestseller rank. This book was also not sponsored, and it has a bestseller rank of 25,945. We have another one right over here. We have other ones as well that are having really good bestseller ranks. So I hope you take advantage of these wonderful keywords, and I wish you all the best. Let me know what kind of videos you're interested in so I know what to focus on next. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. In today's video, I am super excited to share with you 3 profitable Amazon KDP keywords that are low competition, they're high demand, and they are actually one of the easiest books to create products on. And this video is highly requested by many of my lovely viewers, and just a day ago I received a comment by one of the lovely viewers out there. She commented, would love a children's story book keyword video. Thanks, Nora. Thank you so much for commenting, and thank you for bringing it to my attention. I always appreciate anyone that comments on the videos, whether it's simply by saying thank you or by requesting a specific keywords about a specific niche. This really helps me to get some ideas and to dive in deep, and that's exactly what I did. I dived in, I had a look at a couple of really good keywords, and unfortunately there were some keywords that were quite saturated, but when you dive in to specific sub niches, you will find gems out there. So I'm eager to start this video with you. Let's get started with our first keyword for the day. And if you have not yet subscribed to any of the subscribe to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. We do daily videos talking about Amazon KDP keywords that are profitable, they're low competition, they're high in terms of the demand as well. So our first keyword for the day, all 3 keywords have to do with the children's storybook niche. So that's amazing. They're really easy to create, and if you want more information, I can go through a step-by-step tutorial in the upcoming videos on how I go about creating my own children's storybooks as well. And you can create a paperback, you can create an ebook, so it's very diverse. Now let's hop into the Amazon dashboard, have a look at the first keyword for the day, and our first keyword for the day is children's books about pizza. And this one surprisingly has great profitability metrics. We have a really strong keyword niche score by self-publishing Titans Chrome extension that gave this a keyword niche score of 72, green light, ready to go. Also, total results are currently sitting at 794, and they are below 1,000. The average bestseller rank is also within that 300,000 range, and that's also amazing as well. And it is currently averaging the BSR at 313,600. 696. Also, the average reviews are 793 and the average price is $10.49. So the way I would handle this is, of course, creating a children's storybook about pizza, but I'm always a big fan of making, adding that educational twist as well. So maybe adding a little bit of history about pizza for children in a very fun and interactive way, making that children's storybook about pizza, and then creating a part 2, which is an activity book that is connected to the children's storybook, so that it would be part 1, part 2 based on that. And also adding as much images as possible. Now you can go ahead and niche down even further by creating it specifically for girls, for boys. The color variations will differ. If you're a big fan of that as well, you could also create more of like a flashcard type of storybook, where it's like there would be the book in total, let's say, would be about 30 to 35 pages. It would be 8.5 times 8.5 inches. And it would be, each image would have a specific type of pizza, and then there would be a fun fact under that, for example, or a little bit of a story time. And then it would have around it that cut through, so children can go ahead and cut in their scissors, and that would be like a cut and paste. So there's different ways you can go about it as well, but try to get it as interactive as possible. You can also niche down based on ages. So for example, if you're creating a book about pizza for children for preschool age, the content would be different. It would be less words, more images, larger text. That way, if you're creating it for children around the age of 8 to 12, then there will be more data, there will be more information, there will be maybe some adding questions, maybe at the end there will be a vocabulary or like a glossary section for different terms to test their literacy. So anything, the more that you add, the better it is, if you're creating for specific older children as well, the older audience. And you need to add in that educational twist. So then, you need to remember that it's actually the parents or the caregivers or the teachers who are purchasing these books, not really the children themselves. So what would teachers and parents and caregivers, what would they really appreciate? They appreciate it to be as educational as possible, as interactive, to keep these children busy and to keep them benefiting as well. So our first keyword, children's book about pizza, with a keyword niche score of 72. Amazing. Now I would personally go ahead and ignore the number 4 given by Amazon Scout Pro Chrome extension, because it does not complement the beautiful data that we have here, which is a really good keyword niche score. Total results under 1,000, average bestseller rank within that 300,000. So that was the first keyword for the day. The second keyword is children's story books about winter, and this is also an amazing keyword. Now don't be discouraged by the total results being in that 3,000 range, because you could sub niche, as we said. You could sub niche as much as possible. You could even create just a general children's storybook about winter, but I would sub niche to really cut through that total results. So currently the total results are sitting at 3,484. I'm not too concerned about that, to be honest, because by sub niching you could be able to cut through that and get it as low as possible. Also, we have the average bestseller rank of 90,282, which is also amazing because it's under 300,000. Of course, the lower the better. We also have the average reviews of 936, average price of $9.43. So we have a good keyword niche score by Amazon Scout Pro Chrome extension, which is giving this a keyword niche score of number 7, categorizing this as a nice niche, and that beautifully complements the data that we have right here. The total results, the average bestseller rank being under 300,000, a really good amount of reviews, and actually good price as well. So you could also sub niche according to whether you want it to be for boys or for girls, or different age groups, or specifics about winter. What is it about winter that you're trying to teach children in a storybook? Would there be any lessons in there? Would it be about learning about winter in terms of the weather? Would it be winter animals? Would it be winter, maybe countries that have the longest winter in terms of like writing a fun fact about winter and then utilizing this wonderful keyword that way? So that was a second keyword for the day. I would ignore the lack of keyword niche score given by Self-Publishing Titans Chrome extension because it contradicts the data that we have here, right? All this juicy stuff as well as the 7 by Amazon Scout Pro Chrome extension. So let's head over to our third and our final keyword for the day. And our final keyword for the day is children's children's books about winter holidays around the world. And this is also an amazing keyword. Now there is even more better data because we've got the total results for this keyword to be 302, which is under 1,000, and that is also good to see. The average bestseller rank is currently sitting at 342,104, so it's within that 300,000 range. We also have the average reviews at 210, and the price is much more higher than the previous keyword, which is $11.35. Also, we have an amazing keyword niche score by Amazon Scout Pro Chrome extension. It has given us a number 9, the highest that it could have on the scale for keyword niche score, categorizing this wonderful keyword as a great niche. So for example, if you do decide to write a book about winter for children, for example, you do decide to write about this a children's storybook about winter, you could utilize this wonderful keyword right here as part of either your subtitle, as part of your 7 keyword slots, and then write a book about winter holidays around the world. So children's storybooks about winter holidays around the world, and make it either country specific, make it continent specific, make it teach children about different aspects of winter and traditions about winter, or traditions that are done in winter for specific continents and specific countries as well. And that would also be a wonderful opportunity to inspire them and to add in also that educational element, maybe teaching them about the flags as well, or introducing them to different countries and their flags as you teach them about the different winter traditions and holidays that are implemented around the world. So that would be a great keyword to dive into. Both of the keywords that I've discussed are also linked together, so then again you could utilize either one of them as part of these 7 keyword slots. That way, to get your book ranking, highly recommended you dive into these 3 keywords, and I'll be sharing with you a couple of other profitable keywords in the upcoming videos. So stay tuned, stay subscribed, and let me know in the comment section what kind of keywords or what kind of niches you're interested in diving. This will really open a window of opportunity for me to dive into these niches as well through the research and provide you with specific customized keywords that are profitable. So let's quickly summarize the 3 keywords that we discussed in today's video, starting with children's books about pizza, which is actually one of the most profitable ones. It is with a keyword niche score of 72. Our second one was children's storybooks about winter with a keyword niche score of 7. And lastly, we have children's books about winter holidays around the world with a keyword niche score of number 9. I wish you all the best. Take care. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. In today's video, I am super happy to share with you 2 profitable Amazon KDP keywords that have to do with the children's story books niche, and these keywords have been carefully researched using 4 free Chrome extensions. You can be able to do the same exact strategy that I'm following to do your own keyword research, and I have created a video in the channel's page. Just simply go to the search bar and type in Chrome and you will find that video right over here at the top of the list that highlights and talks about how to correctly use the 4 free Chrome extensions in order to do your own keyword research for Amazon KDP and follow the exact method that I am using in order to identify profitable keywords as well. So with that being said, I also have a 30-day free trial for Creative Fabrica linked in the description box below, which allows you 30-day all access subscription in order to access KDP interiors, graphics to use in your interiors as well as in your in your covers as well as some KDP keywords that are being researched using free and paid methods. So take advantage of the 30-day free trial and cancel before the 30 days is up if you find that you don't want to continue with the paid version. So let's dive into our first keyword for the day, and I'm super excited to share these keywords with you. Our first one is bedtime storybooks for kids ages 6 to 8, my apologies, about summer. Let's go. Bedtime storybooks for kids ages 6 to 8 about summer. This is an amazing keyword. It fits all the profitability metrics that we have continued to talk about here on the channel and that we follow together. And also the audience are targeted. So who are our audience in order to identify with them? They are children between the ages of 6 to 8 years old. And what are we creating? We're creating storybooks. What kind of storybooks? They're bedtime storybooks, so they need to be short, they need to be entertaining, and they need to help the child unwind. And what is the theme of these bedtime storybooks? It's about summer, and this is the perfect time to get started, since the majority of areas of the world like the UK and America and Canada and here in Europe as well as in the Middle East have summer at this point. So that is an amazing time to get started with this niche. Let's break down the results. Coming to the total results, that are sitting at 144, which is amazing, under 1,000. When it comes to the average bestseller rank, it's within the acceptable guideline that we are following, which is around that 400,000 range. Of course, the lower the better, and this one's averaging a 467,627. Average reviews are a beautiful 3,694, and average price is $10.30. That is from self-publishing Titans Chrome extension. Coming to the keyword niche score, we have a keyword niche score of number 9, which is the highest on the scale when it comes to the keyword niche score, categorizing this beautiful keyword as a great niche. Also, we are going to have a look at the first page, and we are aiming to find a minimum of 2 to 3 books that are not sponsored, so there are no ads running, so it won't show this on top of the book, on top of the cover. We are not going to consider these types of books because there are ads running and they affect the results. So we're aiming for 2 to 3 books under the first page with a bestseller rank of under 100,000. We have just found our first one with a BSR of 374, sitting beautifully, and it is selling consistently, and this is a beautiful bestseller, selling around 4,020 copies per month, generating to around that 25,125. Next book is 12,504, and this is also selling around 330 copies per month. Next book is 513. We've got also another book as well, sitting beautifully at 18,014 as the BSR, selling around 300 copies on a monthly basis, generating $798 monthly. Next we have 34,000 as the bestseller, and this one's selling around 120 copies per month, and they've even decided to sub-niche based on African American history, and that's also beautiful to see. Next up we've got 55,000 as the bestseller, 81,000 as well, 6,000. The ones that I'm saying out loud are all with a bestseller rank of under 100,000, and that is also a beautiful indicator as well. 61,000 as well for this one. So as you can see, we have more than 8 books just halfway through the page with a BSR under 100,000. No sponsored books were mentioned as well. So utilize this wonderful keyword. Another way you could do this is you could be able to update the 7 keyword slots. If you currently have any books that are published live in your portfolio dashboard, go ahead and update the 7 keyword slots for any bedtime storybooks for children and add this wonderful keyword to the 7 keyword slots. That way it will be ranking within, let's say, about a week and a half, hopefully on the first page. This is what we're all aiming for. So let's dive in and talk about our second keyword for the day. Our second keyword for the day also has a beautiful potential, and it is bedtime Bible storybooks for toddlers 1 to 3. So our audience here are toddlers between the ages of 1 to 3 years old. This is an amazing keyword to use for your subtitle or for your 7 keyword slots. Why not the title? Because of the total results being slightly above the range that we would like it to be, we usually aim for anything that's around 5,000 or below. Of course, the lower the better when it comes to the total results. This one, however, is sitting at 6,503, but it has massive potential. So I don't want you to overlook this because of the other indicators of profitability all activated and all present within this one keyword. So our target audience are toddlers between the ages of 1 to 3. What are we talking about? We're creating bedtime storybooks. What is our theme? Bible is our theme, so it needs to be around revolving around the Bible storybooks, and it is having a bestseller rank of 14,098, which is beautiful, under 400,000. The reviews are 3,246, and average price is $11.55. We also have a beautiful keyword niche score given by Amazon Scout Pro of number 8, categorizing this wonderful keyword as a nice niche, and it beautifully complements this data that we have right here. We can ignore the 30 given by Titans because it contradicts this beautiful information, beautiful juicy stuff, and number 8 fits perfectly with what we're talking about, and that is why it's really important to activate all 4 free Chrome extensions in order to have some tools to compare against. For example, I'm using 2 tools to compare against the keyword niche score, one for Titans and one by Amazon Scout Pro, and then basing the information, which one am I going to rely on based on this data that we have as well. So scrolling down, aiming for 2 to 3 books with a BSR under 100,000, and we've just found our first book with 3,041 as the bestseller. Next up, 11,000. Next up, we've got 237 as the bestseller, 18,000, and this one's Good Night God Bedtime Bible Storybooks, 18,000. 253, we've got 48,000, 12,000, 2,305, 18,000, 18,000 as well, 7,114. We've got as well 801, 8,113, 7,600. So these were more than 8 or 9 books with a BSR under 100,000, not sponsored, just by the first page. Highly recommended you give these 2 wonderful keywords a try, and I wish you all the best and all the success in your journey on Amazon KDP. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye. To have you here in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 2 profitable Amazon KDP keywords that have to do with the children's storybook niches. Now, I've previously talked about this wonderful profitable niche and the different gaps in the market for this niche as well in previous videos, and I've shared with you profitable keywords that you could use for your title, subtitle, and 7 keyword slots. You can view the full series of videos connected to this specific niche linked in the description box below. Alternatively, you could also go ahead on the channel page and type in children's storybooks, children's story. Let's start off with that, and then you can find a couple of different books that are connected with children's storybooks, either talking about what is the best size to use for your children's storybooks, or revealing, for example, this one's 3 keywords, this one's 3. We've got other books as well. This one's 2 keywords, 3 keywords, and you can view that. Alternatively, on the weekend, I do aim to combine all of these different videos and make the main takeaway out of the videos as well, and provide you with some solid data to help you get started in the children's storybook niches. And if you've already dived into this wonderful niche, you know how profitable it is. So let me know your experience in that niche as well. So before we get started, I'd like to quickly remind you that there is a 30-day free trial for Creative Fabrica linked in the description box below. You can take advantage of an all-access free trial during the first 30 days. That will allow you to access interiors, KDP keywords, images and graphics, as well as fonts to use in your both cover and interior, everything coming with full commercial license. So let's get started with our first keyword for the day. Our first keyword for the day is cheap children's bedtime storybooks. Now, this keyword has beautiful potential. It is ideally to be used for the 7 keyword slots for anything related to children's storybooks. So if you currently have in your KDP portfolio any children's storybooks that you have published, live, go ahead and update the 7 keyword slots and include this keyword as part of the 7 keyword slots to allow your book to rank for this keyword. This is a great strategy that I do myself, and consistently every 2 to 3 months I go ahead and I update some of the keywords in the 7 keyword slots for my books, and within about a week or two, to be honest, I do notice that there is a spike in sales and a spike in exposure as well of that specific book that I've updated the 7 keyword slots, because usually the 7 keyword slots are keywords that need to be updated on every 3 to 6 months, usually with the most up-to-date keywords for that year or for that niche as well. So it's important to be on the lookout and just try this strategy, see how you go with it. I personally found results on it. So Cheap Children's Bedtime Storybooks has a keyword niche score of 60 by self-publishing Titans Chrome extension. Also, it has a keyword niche score of number 6 by Amazon Scout Pro Chrome extension, which categorizes this wonderful keyword as a nice niche. So both of the extensions seem to be agreeing in terms of the keyword strength. Next, we have the total results, which are under 5,000, and that's really ideal. Of course, the lower the better, and this one's sitting at exactly 3,370. We have the average bestseller rank above the slightly above what we usually accept, which is usually anything 400,000, around that 400,000 and under. The lower the better. So this is exactly one of the bigger reasons why this keyword is more suitable for the 7 keyword slots, because of the slightly higher bestseller rank, which is currently averaging 527,888. Another reason is that this is more of a general keyword. It doesn't really specify the exact theme, it doesn't specify the age group of these children, and it does not specify the sizing as well. The average reviews are a massive 8,791, indicating customer is eager to engage, whether it is in an actual review, written review, or a star rating system, or including some videos and some screenshots of the interior and parts that they liked and parts that they didn't. The average price is $11.46. So we're all happy with the results right over here, but let's take it a step further. Let us have a look, take a sneak peek and have a look at the first page, and we want to aim to get 2 to 3 books with a bestseller rank under 100,000. So let's take a look. These books do not need to be sponsored, so we're going to avoid this one, for example, which is a sponsored post. This one, we're going to take a look at this book, Goodnight Little Bear, A Sleepy Time Tale, and it has a bestseller rank of 829, fits the metric for being below 100,000. Next, we have 330 is the bestseller, 821. We've got 19,000. This one's at 19,929, and this book, titled Clever Cup Gives Thanks to God, is more of a Bible story, bedtime story book as well, and this is another niche that I've discussed, and there's a lot of gaps in that niche if you're willing to take it further. The amount of sales on an approximate is 300 copies per month, and it is generating around $73. My apologies. And the reason for that is the book is currently on discount, number one. Number two, it is already priced quite low at $3.99 as well. Next, we've got 5,542 is the bestseller for this. We've got also another book, 6,005, 2,700 as well, 34,673. So as you can see here, we found more than 4 books with the bestseller rank under 100,000 that are not sponsored. Then again, our first keyword, Cheap Children's Bedtime Storybooks, is ideal for the 7 keyword slots. Let's dive into the final keyword for today's video, and our final keyword is digital ebooks, children friendship bedtime story. A beautiful long tail keyword is exactly what we're looking for. So it has a keyword niche score of 39 by self-publishing Titans Chrome extension. However, that doesn't really match the data that we've provided here, which all meets the metrics that we're following. So then again, we're going to stick with Amazon Scout Pro Chrome extension, which is giving us a beautiful clarification of number 9, which is the highest on the scale when it comes to the keyword niche score. categorizing this wonderful keyword as a great niche, and also beautifully complements the data that we have here. So let's break it down. Total results under 1,000, and it's sitting at 323. Average bestseller rank under 400,000, sitting at 390,124. Average reviews is 1,149, and average price is $7.27. Absolutely amazing. So that's why you need to have all of the 4 Chrome extensions activated and ready to go, so you can have some tools to compare against, and then you stick with the most tool that resonates with the larger amount of data that we have right over here. So total results under 1,000, bestseller rank under 400,000, really good amount of reviews indicating customers are eager to input their feedback, and a good average price as well. So let's dive in. We've got our first book, 10,000 is the bestseller. There's no ads running. This one's at 20,655. This one right over here is at 5,613, and it's titled Strictly No Elephants. 28,000 for this, 77,000 as well. We've got other books that are selling really well. This one's at 19,000, 52,000 for this one, 26,000 as well, 8,116. This one, for example, is selling around 450 copies per month. It is generating approximately $380 on a monthly basis. So just now we've clarified that there are more than 4 books with a BSR of under 100,000. Let me just quickly break down the keyword. It is digital e-books, children friendship bedtime story. So what we're creating here, we're creating a bedtime storybooks. We have our audience, it's children, and we have the theme of the stories which are around friendship. So, you know, introducing different friendships, talking about friendship morals and values as well in the stories, you know, and going about that. But the main theme is friendship. We really need to follow and you know, make sure that this promise is fulfilled. It's going to be the interior about friendship. Also, there are ebooks as well. So bear in mind, even if you go ahead and create a paperback children's storybooks, it's always important. It's always much more better to create ebooks. So in this keyword itself is actually requiring that the books are available in ebooks. Doesn't mean you can't create paperbacks. You can, but make sure that there's always ebook versions available. So you can go ahead and download your paperback, and then make sure to flatten the text out. I can show you a step-by-step in the upcoming video on how I upload ebooks as well, and how to convert the PDF to MOBI file that way. So these were the 2 keywords for the children's storybook series. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and have a great day. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here in today's video. I'm going to dive in and I'm going to talk about 3 profitable Amazon KDP keywords about children's story books. Now this is part 2 if you have not yet watched part 1, where I also dive into 3 profitable Amazon KDP keywords about children's story books and different niches, and they are quite profitable as well. Then you can go ahead and click on the link below this video. In the video description there will be a link to part 1. You can also be able to view that, and at the end of the week I will also combine all of these different parts and make a full video. It will be around that 1 hour 45 minutes long, and I'll try to keep it to the point as much as possible. Now with that being said, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and click on the bell icon in order to be notified on all our new videos. We do daily videos talking about profitable Amazon KDP keywords, as well as tips and strategies to help you make passive income online. That is talking also about my own personal experience and what has been working for me. Now let us dive into the first keyword for the day, and all of the keywords are being carefully researched using 4 free Chrome extensions. You can access a link in the video description below that takes you to a video where I dive into the Chrome extensions that I'm using, my research process, so you can follow along and do your own research as well. So the first keyword for today's video is children's Bible storybooks, ages 6 to 8 African American. Wonderful keyword, really long tail. We have everything that we need to get started creating a book using this beautiful keyword. We've got our audience, which are children. We have their age groups, which are between the ages of 6 to 8 years old. We have the specific type of children, They are African American children, 6 to 8 years old. And what is the contents? It is a Bible storybook. So it is going to be a storybook similar to a picture book. There's going to be minimal, preferably minimal, text in there, more to do with images as well, and it's going to revolve around the Bible stories. So you can choose to, for example, the top 30, the top 10 stories, and then cater to them as well. Or you can even niche down further and talk about specific prophets, for example, and their stories. For example, if you choose 1 or 2 or 3 figures from the Bible, and then you would diversify that way and write a collection of books. You can also create a book that would be an interactive book, where it would be, yes, combining stories, but at the same time there would be at the end of the book a glossary section to help with increasing the terminology for the children. There would be a collection of different coloring sheets that are connected using the same characters, and there would also be some activity sheets as well, which is crosswords. Now, depending on where you want to do, you can either put it inside the book, or you can create a part 2 as well that would be more of a collection. That way, anyone that purchases the Bible storybook would also want to purchase the activity book that is connected to that specific book. So there would be a chance for both adding an educational element as well as interactivity, and that will really sell more. So we have a wonderful keyword niche score of 64, green light, ready to go by Self-Publishing Titans. Also, the total results are within that 1,000 range, and they're currently sitting at 1,835. We also have the average bestseller rank under 100,000, which is excellent, and it is currently averaging 65,109. The average reviews are 1,880. Average price is $9.68. Please, if you are not familiar with either the Bible, or you have some ethical your own rules, as in what you can write about, then you can either not do this keyword. You can embark on the rest of the 2 keywords, as well as a collection of other keywords that I share here on the channel, or you can outsource. So if you don't know anything about it, get your facts correct, and you can embark on another keyword that you feel more comfortable knowing about. So that was the first keyword for the day: children's Bible storybooks, ages 6 to 8, African American, with a keyword niche score of 64. Let's head over to our second keyword for the day, and our second one is children's storybooks about gratitude. And I'm actually surprised with the data that we're given here. Very, very profitable. We have a really strong, solid keyword niche score given by Self-Publishing Titans Chrome extension. It has given us 72, green light, ready to go. Also, there is a confirmation by Amazon Scout Pro Chrome extension that has given us a keyword niche score of number 8, categorizing this wonderful keyword as a nice niche. Now, number 9 is the highest, so I'm pretty happy with number 8, and it beautifully complements the 72 given by Self-Publishing Titans. Heading to the total results, we have them within 1,000, and the total results are currently sitting at 1,015. Average bestseller rank is also good to see, so it is under 300,000, which is what we're aiming for, and it is currently averaging 208,184. Average reviews are also quite high, which indicates that the audience and the customers want to put in their reviews, want to put in their star rating, their comments, the screenshots of the inside of the book, and it is currently averaging 1,405. Average price is $12.62. So this is a wonderful keyword. It leaves us with a lot of space to dive in and to sub-niche accordingly. So who are our audience? Of course, children are our audience. Storybook, so it's more to do with the different, the type books, preferably to be either a small size of an 8.5 times 8.5 inches, or a large print, which is an 8.5 times 11 inches. And it's about gratitude. So teaching children in a very interactive way about gratitude, practicing positivity, giving thanks as well. And also you want to kind of avoid looking at the books that are sponsored, because there are ads running in, and that influences and affects the variables and the data that we have here. For example, this is also a wonderful book with a bestseller rank of 729. We also have this one of 4,244. Now, this is also a really, really good book. It's a bedtime story a children's bedtime story about gratitude. Now, looking at the title and the subtitle, we also have a really good idea of maybe some of the keywords that we want to research for our next videos or our next research session. So this one here is also a good keyword that we can also have a look at the data here. And this one has a bestseller rank of 4,244, which means it is selling around 25 pieces per day, coming to 750 pieces, and giving us a profit of approximately 3,648 US dollars. So that is also good to see as well. And this one's even a 30,514 bestseller rank, giving us around 1,185 sales per month. So this again is just an approximate, and it is selling around 7 pieces per day at around 210 per month as well. So scrolling around, we don't want to copy anyone's book, but we do want to get an idea of what kind of different styles of covers are selling. Also, you can take this a step further and click on one of these books, have a look at the review section, see what kind of positive, what kind of negative reviews. Is it something that you can change about your book, or is it something that's completely out of your control? For example, the paper quality that Amazon has, this is something that we do not have control of, but we do definitely have control of, whether the audience and the majority of the customers require more interactivity, they require more text compared to the images, or they require more images more than the text itself. So that's all different kind of things we can have a look at, and we can dive in through if that is a niche that you have chosen about. Also, you can even decide to niche down even further. I know this is about gratitude, but gratitude about what exactly? That's something that you can niche down. For example, gratitude, is it like a daily one? Is it for a specific thing, teaching them about to be grateful about specific topics as well? So that was the second keyword, children's storybooks about gratitude, with a keyword niche score of 72. And now the third keyword and the final one is children's storybooks about the USA and presidents, and this one has a lovely keyword niche score of 40 and a keyword niche score of number 7 by Amazon Scout Pro, categorizing this wonderful keyword as a nice niche, and both of the keywords complement beautifully with each other. We do have a total results under 1,000, and the total results are 809. Also, the average bestseller rank is under 300,000, and it is currently averaging 171,892. Average reviews of 558. Average price is $9.96. We don't need to niche down further apart from ages. For example, if you choose specific age group for children, that will determine the contents. For example, if you decide to do this book for children around the ages of 6 to 8 years old, there would be more kind of minimalistic text in there. It would be more clear for them. If you want to do it for children around from 10 to 12 years old, then it would be more very interactive with a lot of information, maybe some fun facts here and there, maybe some grids to help them make sense of the information, and teaching them even further as well. Children's storybooks about the USA and the presidents is a lovely keyword to embark on. Now, before ending the video, let's quickly summarize the keywords, and I do apologize if there's any background noise at the moment. We do have the children here at home, so it is quite a busy time. So quickly summarizing the keywords, we have started with the first one, which is children's Bible storybooks ages 6 to 8 African American, with a keyword niche score of 62. Coming next was children's storybooks about gratitude with a keyword niche score of 72, and this is actually one of my favorites. And then we have children's storybooks about the USA and presidents with a keyword niche score of 40 and number 7. I wish you all the best. Let me know what kind of niches you're interested in knowing more about, so I could be able to target my research for the keywords in the upcoming videos. Take care, and I wish you all the best. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to be revealing 2 profitable Amazon KDP keywords to help you cut down on the research phase. Now, these keywords are really profitable. They meet the profitability metrics and the strategy of doing keyword research that we talk about here on the channel. And if you're not familiar with that strategy and you would like a step-by-step process on how I do it and the metrics that I follow to do my own keyword strategy for the videos that I do here on the channel, then go ahead and click on the link in the description box below to view a video that takes you on a journey on the 4 free Chrome extensions that I use, as well as how to effectively and correctly use them in order to maximize the potential of finding profitable keywords. Alternatively, you could also find that video on the channel's main page. Just simply go to the search bar and type in the word Chrome, click on enter, and you can find that first video right over there with the red thumbnail, and it will take you on a journey on doing the keyword research to reveal these keywords as well. Now, with that being said, there will be a 30-day free trial for Creative Fabrica when it comes to KDP interiors, graphics, fonts to use as well, keywords that have been found using free and paid methods. You can also access that all for free for the first 30 days. It's an all-access subscription. So let's get started with our first keyword for the day, and the keywords that we're going to reveal are all to do with children's story books, and this niche has been highly requested by a couple of lovely people here on the channel, and they were asking about keywords to do with children's storybook niches, and I've got a couple of keywords to share with you. Also, there will be a full series for the children's storybook keywords here on the channel. It's around that 20-30 minute mark as well, so if you're interested in that, that will be linked in the description box below, which combines all the videos that have been previously discussed on this niche. Now let's get started with the first keyword for the day, and our first keyword for the day is children nursery rhymes, a book, and bedtime stories. Now this is a fabulous keyword. So it's a long tail keyword, and it has what we need to get started, just the main elements of what we need, to be honest. It doesn't really introduce us to any of the sizing or the specifics in that way in terms of the main theme, so that's up to you. It's to choose and to sub niche as well, so it creates that flexibility for you as the seller to sub niche or to create different sizes and so forth. So our keyword is children's nursery rhymes, book, and bedtime stories. So by that you understand that is a combination of children's storybooks that rhyme, and they need to be suitable for bedtime stories. So maybe create stories to do with, introducing different concept to children, and you could also sub niche according to the sizing. So usually with children's storybooks, I aim for an 8.5 times 8.5 inch book, and that could be perfect as a travel size as well. Fits into the backpack, fits into the car easily. They could take it on camping trips, they could take it with them in their backpack when they're going to grandma's house and stuff, and it would be also a great cost-effective way compared to the large print. Also, make sure that you fulfill the promise where all the children's stories are written in a rhyming way, and they're they add that educational twist to add in extra value as well, because I'm sure the caregivers and the customers purchasing these books would love that. Now, another thing besides the sizing that is not mentioned in this keyword is you could also niche down according to the main theme of the book. Now, I understand they're nursery rhymes, but what are the main themes? For example, some children in the preschool age or a little bit older love unicorns, they love dinosaurs, they love cars, they love robots. So maybe create a themed children's nursery rhyme book on these elements as well. So let's break down the results. First of all, Self Publishing Titans has given us a keyword niche score of 57. That's pretty good as well. Amazon's Cut Pro seems to agree with the 57, and it's giving us a keyword niche score of number 9, categorizing this wonderful keyword as a great niche. Coming to the total results that are sitting within that 1,000 range, and they're exactly at 1,262. We've got the average bestseller rank with under 400,000, so that is also a great indicator, and it is currently averaging 111,760. Average reviews is 2,391. Average price is $8.54, so that is also a great element to pay attention to when it comes to pricing the book. As in, it's best to price it around the average price as well, not too high and not too low, to get a really good fair royalty for you as a seller. Also, one thing that I did want to notice is that, notice that the average reviews are much more higher than the total results by over 1,000 or so. This is because that it's really important for customers that they're more willing to put in the review, whether it's a star rating system, whether it's an actual review with some screenshots, what they liked, what they did not like. So it's best also to take your time to research, just an extra 10-20 minutes out of your research phase, and dedicate it to researching the reviews, and pay close attention to the negative reviews before you pay attention to the positive reviews. What are the customers wanting? They'll tell you exactly what they want by reading the reviews. They'll tell you what's missing out of the book. Is it something that you can change? Is it something that you have the power over? Or are they complaining on print quality, paper quality, that kind of stuff that Amazon has full control over? And then if it's something that you as the writer or the self-publisher can control and can change, and that's missing from other publishers' books as well, take a note of that in your research phase as well. Take a note of that and see if it's something that you can improve. If that's, if they found that the story is too lame, or it hasn't been dived into enough, or it's very generic, or it's AI written, then avoid these mistakes as well. Customers will tell you what they want, so please pay attention to that, and it's really worth it as well. So scrolling down, we want to aim for a minimum of 3 books under 2 to 3 books under 100,000 as the bestseller, and these books, they should not be sponsored, so there are no ads running. So as usual, we're going to avoid the top 2 results which are sponsored, and we're going to dive in straight to the first one with a bestseller rank of 2,761, and it's beautifully titled 5-minute stories, and it covers 50 tales and fables. So maybe these are your competition. Maybe say, okay, you want to create a similar one. You don't want to copy and paste, but you want to over deliver, so maybe create 100 tales or 100 bedtime stories and then combine them as well. Also, next one is 1,419. We've got our third book sitting at 18,000 as well. The next book 70,000. The ones that I'm going to say out loud in terms of the bestseller all have bestseller rank under 100k. So this one's sitting at 2,462. This one's at 2,630, 21,000. This one's over 100,000. This one's 91,000, so it's sitting beautifully under 100k. We've got also 24,000, 15,000 as well. So these are all beautiful books that are selling really, really well. We've managed to find over 8 or 9 books with a bestseller rank under 100,000, and that really confirms the strength and profitability of our keyword for today. Children's nursery rhyme book and bedtime stories was the first keyword for today's video. Let's dive into the second and final keyword, and our second keyword is children's bedtime stories from Dad. Beautiful, short and simple keyword with massive potential, starting with a keyword niche score of 75 by self-publishing Titans Chrome extension. Also, Amazon Scout Pro seems to be agreeing with Titans, and it has provided us with a keyword niche score of number 8, categorizing this as a beautiful, nice niche. Now, bear in mind that number 9 is the highest on the scale when it comes to what Amazon Scout Pro is ready to offer us. So I'm pretty happy with number 8 here, and it beautifully complements the 75 given by Titans. Coming to the total results, they're sitting at 385, which is beautiful, under 1,000. Average bestseller rank is at 144,398, which is below 400,000, which is also a great indicator. Of course, the lower the better. Average reviews is 3,619, and average price is $8.70. So what you're creating here is a combination of children's bedtime stories, but they need to be from Dad. So think about the age groups. Also, one thing that you could be able to sub-niche that would be really important as well. Are you creating children's bedtime stories for preschool age 3 to 5? Are you creating it for toddler age? Are you creating books for children that are between the ages of 8 to 10? And they need to be specifically from Dad. So what kind of stories do dads tell their children? Bear in mind, put yourself, if you're not a dad, put yourself in the position of a dad and say, think about what kind of books do dads what kind of stories do dads tell? My apologies. And that's usually something involving the dad in the actual story as the hero or the savior or the mentor. For example, this one's a beautiful illustration. I just love books like this. For example, this one's just me and my dad, and this one's sitting beautifully at 1,614 is the bestseller, and it's not sponsored. Next, we've got another book as well, Dad, I Want to Hear Your Story. Now notice that this is a guided journal. It's not a bedtime storybook. It doesn't mention anywhere that it's bedtime stories, yet it is successfully ranking on the first page, and actually the first not sponsored result out of the first page, and it has a beautiful bestseller of number 4, which is quite rare to come across as well. But it's a guided journal, so they've mentioned this wonderful keyword as part of the 7 keyword slots for this book as well, and that's why it's ranking right over here. Next, we have I Love Dad with the Very Hungry Caterpillar. Of course, this one's copyrighted. It's a New York bestseller, so I'm not going to really mention it. But first off, we've got number 4, and this example right here is, I know it's not a bedtime storybook, but it's really interesting how they've managed to rank it for this keyword without any current ads. I'm not sure if they were running ads previously or not. This one's 1,614, book number 2. Next, we have 2,691. So they've decided to specifically target children maybe in the preschool age as well. This one's at 96,000 stories for 2-year-olds, so they've sub-niched to according to the age year or the year number. This one is at 668. Next up, we've got 12,821, 16,000, 6,000 as well, 8,000, 32,000, and this one's at 2,011. Now this one's also a good one as well. It's a bestseller and it's titled My Dad Loves. Sorry, that's quite annoying because whenever I scroll through a book with the mouse, the tab seems to quickly open, so I need to find a way to get rid of that. This one's titled My Dad Loves to Toot, and it's ranking 2,111 as well. And they've also decided to niche down to hilarious rhyming storybooks. So, you know, that you could also niche down based on whether it's comedy, whether it's hilarious, whether it's educational as well, whether it's traditional like nursery rhymes and really like adding that twist. Make sure it's not copyright as well. It's really important. So don't use any copyright characters in there. So then again, we've got 5,000, 5,000, 7,000. So as you can see, just a quarter throughout the page, halfway through the page, we have over 8 or 9 books with a bestseller rank of under 100,000. So that was the second and final keyword for the day. I wish you all the best. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye. The channel, glad to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to dive into sizing when it comes to Amazon KDP, and we are going to specifically focus on which of the best sizes are better for children's storybooks for Amazon KDP. We're going to compare between 2 of my favorite sizes and when and where to use each of these sizes. Now, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click on the subscribe button, click on the bell icon in order to be informed on all of our new videos. We also share daily profitable Amazon KDP keywords that have been carefully researched and updated. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned for the daily videos. Now, one of the best sizes that I personally rely on to format children's storybooks is either an 8.5 inches, 8.5 times 8.5 inches, or an 8.5 times 11 inches large print. Both of these sizes, 8.5 times 8.5 and 8.5 times 11, they have their advantages in regards to children's short story books on Amazon KDP. And in this video, I'm going to compare these 2 sizes in order to help you make a better choice and a better decision. Now, let's have a look at 8.5 times 8.5. What are the 3 qualities of this size? First of all, it's a square format, which makes it visually appealing, especially for children's books, and it offers a unique and attractive, engaging layout. It's going to stand out on bookshelves. Secondly is the illustration space. The square shape provides space for illustrations. It allows artists to create engaging visuals that complement the story. And lastly it is reader friendly. So the slightly smaller size compared to the large print 8.5 times 11 makes it easier for children to handle, easier to read, particularly for younger audiences who have smaller hands, and also easier to pack. So if parents or caregivers want to give it as a gift to the child, they can easily pack it in their bag, in their backpack, to take to school, to take on camping trips, for travel in the car, on the plane. Really easy for travel as well. Now that we had a look at 8.5 times 8.5, let's dive into the large print, which is 8.5 times 11 inches. What are 3 things about this size that make it special for children's books? Starting with, it is a standard size. It is a standard letter size. It makes it familiar. It makes it comfortable for readers of all ages, including children and adults. Also, the second thing is that there is more text per page. The larger page size allows for more text to be printed on each of the pages, which is really beneficial if you're writing short stories, longer stories, books with small font sizes as well. It also provides you as an author with additional space to develop the plot, develop the characters. Also, in terms of the illustrations as well, you're going to have more space to lay out the background of the image, and then you're going to add in layers. For example, if you're creating a illustration of a forest, you're going to have the main background image of the actual forest with the trees and with the ground and the small plants, and then on top of that you're going to lay out the characters, and on top of that you're going to focus on some little details here and there, so you have more area to focus on in regards to both the text as well as the images and illustrations and the structure of that. Thirdly, it's very flexible. So while primarily used for children's books, the 8.5 times 11 size can also accommodate other types of content, making it flexible, making it versatile for anyone who wants to usually talk about or add in other niches besides children's storybooks. And for younger children, I personally prefer the 8.5 times 8.5 inch size. It makes it more suitable because of its ease of handling and its wonderful visual appeal as well, and also it's great for travel size. For older children or readers that are much more older, preferably 8 years old, maybe 8 to 12, I would prefer the standard book size, and it makes it much more easier to add in that extra elements of illustration and the extra text as well, and also it would leave some room for doodling if children are interested in that. So let's talk about one thing before we end this video, and it is comparing between illustration and text. So if your book is focused mainly on illustrations, if the illustrations play a significant role in your story, the square format of 8.5 times 8.5 is much more better for you, because it provides you with freedom and it makes an impact. For example, if you're creating a flashcard type of book, which we've discussed here on the channel, we've dived in on how to create a flashcard type of book, then 8.5 times 8.5 is one of the best sizes to focus on that. However, if your story relies heavily on text, if your story, for example, if you're creating also short stories, longer stories, if you are also creating poster types of books, which we also focused on that on the channel, is how to create poster types of books where each of the pages would be a poster that can be cut out, laminated, and then stuck on the wall, like wall art, for example. Then the 8.5 times 11 inches is the best one for that, and also is the best one for stories that include longer passages. We've come towards the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and have a great day. Bye bye.